He's still in there. He get out somehow. Again. The hamster got out. And it wasn't easy to get him back either. And from my inspection, I'd say he just got out at the tower. I taped it up. Yeah. Taped her one up there. The wipe of it all. What are we talking about here? Well, the way they process water. Now, if you're dumping it back in the river, that's a hard story because you don't want your water level to go down. But like where they're like recycling water, right? And other water where it wouldn't matter. What do you mean? Like everybody should have an intake for drinking water. What do you mean? Well, it's caught by the rain, and you got a separate line that brings in drinking water. All right. And not everybody would use it, but for example, every shower should have a place where you clean your um, rear. These should be different. Like those waters should be different going down, and they should be used like how they. But what's growing with it shouldn't be your food. Should be things made for fuel and energy. All right, same thing. Everything should be separate, right? Even like what you use on all these chemicals and stuff, man. But anyways, back to what should be done for wiping issues. Well, because it can tear it up, they should make one dedicated to can handle it. A little washer, a little dry. Now they make little dryers, little washers, a better washer, like a mini, like a washer. And it's just designated for a towel for each person. Like, there's, Abdul's washer for his towel that he uses. And moreover, if people got you wouldn't really need to use it. You could use the water thing. But just on the, final cleaning, when you take but, well, sometimes it's really goopy, right? What are you trying to get? Well, man, I don't know. I think we need to quit with all this landfill shit, man. And process stuff better, make stuff safer and usable. I mean, well, it's bad enough we all got to share the water, right? You're washing and shared water. I don't know, but it should be dedicated. I mean, we should have multiple different water lines going into the house, if it's especially recycled water, right? And it's all recycled up there, finally they're shooting it back out to the river. But that's a different story than how they do someplace. Yeah, it ain't, it goes to a plant and they shoot it right back at you. So there should be different stations for, there should be multiple different lines. To avoid major bacterias, man. What do you mean? I don't know. Maybe it helps. I don't know, man. I mean, just where's the thing? So many people have so many sicknesses, right? And then they are bathing in that water, and then that water goes down. Oh, they treated it, huh? Jesus Christ. That's why eventually, what do you mean? We should make it where everybody's got, they catch their own water, man. What do you mean? Granted, you always want the purpose to access to water, but like you can turn it down. Like you use the water you caught, and for some reason you didn't have, you're using the water over. Then you're like, oh God, there we go. All right. Ah, I don't know, I think we'd be healthier. I think we'd be a lot healthier, man. No, it's just, I don't know, it's just the way, man. Don't give me that. That's the way they did it for years before that. What do you mean? They either catch it or go in the ground where it got caught and bring it back up, man, you know? Nobody's gonna say anything if they want you to buy into their business, right? You know? I mean, you never got sick. What do you mean? I used to go play in the, oh, you'll get sick, you'll get sick. I used to go play in the rain all the time, man. What do you mean? I never got sick. What are you talking about? It's wet, it's water. Right? It feels good, man. It's awesome. Now, sometimes I think your body just tell you. Sometimes you like, because you. But sometimes like, hey man, that water don't feel good, man. It's beyond getting wet. That water, hey man, and you go inside, right? You don't want to be dancing in the rain. But sometimes, hey man, that side water's perfectly fine, man. That's straight up water, man. Yeah, that's the good shit. But yeah, what do you mean? Got it all wrong. Got it all wrong, man. Crazy. Well, I mean, I think a lot of areas could use stuff like that. Wow. Was there not a lot of flooding? Hey, they use better dams for the flood. Everything reason they don't do shit like money, 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 money. Ain't no profit right now. You know, all we could do is shit, right? We got shit to do it, right? That's all we need to change the whole system, man. Right? There's up to downs and everything, man. But the way to do it. Boy, being what's one of the most important things? Well, we need to drink water, man, and everywhere needs that. What do you mean? A new line for that. One of the best ways is to have it like in your own damn yard, man, right? Well, you really got it monitored, right? But like until then, like I said, drought purposes or whatever, you know what I mean? A switch of a line. Oh, and capitalism, then you always make a way for that, right? Somehow they make the government pay for it, make you pay for it through your tax dollars, or you know, gonna raise your bill some, right? There's some BS to add to it. I don't like capitalism. But sometimes, hey man, when you're gonna get stuff done, it would be nice to drink water again, right? It would be nice to buy real spring water. Well, I mean, that stuff's not real spring water. It's creek water. Doesn't matter if it comes from a spring. That's how water's done, man. It's creek water. I can't believe they let people call creek water spring water. It's crazy. Granted, better than other waters most people get, but like I seen, I know they got something they say. I guess they're getting it from somewhere. I've seen where they what they do. They go up in Maine, right, and it comes out of the mountain, but then it makes a creek, and they just put the dang in the creek, and they call it spring water. That's not spring water. That's a creek. Spring water, you got to catch it before it hits the ground. You got to catch it coming out of the mountain. No, that's spring water. Now, oh dang, what makes spring water better? What do you mean? Well, they call one thing spring water. They'll stick a pipe in the mountain. But here's the thing about that. Well, that ain't so good. I might as well call that well water. Spring water naturally drips out of the rock. So before it hits the ground, you have to catch it. Hey, I know it's a slow process, right? You ain't gonna have much to sell, right? But that's real spring water, where it's naturally done. Any other method, man, right? Well water, right? You know, or what's it called? No, something is kind of spring water. It naturally comes out of the rock. And I've had it before. That is some good water, man. It has a whole different taste, and it's good. Like way different than what they call spring water, where there's a pipe and the dang coming out. Totally different taste. Right? Way different taste than like Poland Spring, like creek water, right? And I'll drink creek water, better creek water, and you could call it spring water because it starts, it comes out of a mountain, but also gets rain in it. None of the rain hits a mountain, but it's water. Any water like flowing, doesn't matter if it comes out of a mountain and rain hits it. It can't be spring water anymore. Why? It has direct rainwater in it that wasn't, consumed by the mountain. So what they call what it is, get your creek water, right? And some of them even say the spring water, and they got the name of them, the water's creek, right? Yeah, you figure, right? Like Deer Creek or something, right? Yeah, creek water, not spring water. They don't limit the truth. And the sad part, they took it away, man. That spring I talk about. Because they want to hide the fact of what spring water is supposed to be or something. Well, there's a flood. I don't know if the flood took it out, but I know they came in with bulldozers and did stuff, and the creek was not there no more, man. The river was not the same no more. You still go like, doubt if you drowned, right? Unless you fell over. But I mean, you used to be able to go like swim in the water a little bit if you like float, water's like this high, that high, man. Right? They killed the place, man. Took out all the trees and stuff. Boy, they just didn't want it to be anymore. You got to replant all that stuff, man. I don't know. Possible, but for some reason I just don't think. I don't know, man. I just don't think the flood took out the spring. Now, granted, it might have pushed a bunch of shit up against it, right? And they're in there just to take out the mountain with it, taking it out. I don't know, man. Could have. But no more spring, man. I love that spring. Yeah, and it'd have a puddle like this deep underneath of it. And deer would go drink out of the puddle. And people would take their water jugs up to the mountain and just blow right into it. Constant running, dripping. It's weird because the puddle wouldn't get no higher. I guess go back down in the ground, right? It's maybe eventually work its way out to the river underneath the ground. What do you mean? I don't know. I guess, man. I don't know. Probably what keeps the river going, right? What do you mean by that? Oh, all the water eventually works its way. If you know, if you don't see it happening, I guess some kind of underneath or something, or on the side or something. I don't know. The water, they put stuff. They're always saying stuff, this, that stuff ends up in the water, but damn good, clean looking water. Tell you that. I mean, just the smell, right, and the sound. Right? 'Cause I know you can go to some of the clean waters, but like it's like, yeah, there's something about that, right? You know, and right. Well, they said that water. What do you mean? That's where all like my area. That's where all that poison would come through, where it would start and you get in the water, kill everybody. And that's just looking at it. You know, you couldn't see anything, but looking at it, you know, yeah, something ain't right about that, right? Even though it's all clear, right? Like the feel of it and everything, right? There's something wrong here. And granted, what was being put in it was clear, right? So what were you going to see, right? A clear poison, man, right? So, but then one reason, you never know, man. What might happen? People be healthier. People might live longer. People might live longer. Uh-oh. There's a danger. There's always people want people to do the job for them. There's something else you have to do. What do you mean? You think people should have rain catchers, right? The way things are going everywhere, man, people need rain catchers. What do you mean? They don't got no river no more. Like, but yet it rains. Yeah. And if you had a recycling system set up on certain things, right? You know, different avenues, right, for what you use it for, right? Definitely one thing you could, what do you mean? Yeah, man, there's different avenues of stuff. Know how you go about it. Like what they really need to look into, man. We don't understand. And where's it end up? Apparently down that way, right? You know, we got more water than ever. Well, I guess eventually everybody gonna run out of water in that method, right? No, dumps into something, blah blah blah. I know about building rivers, ocean flow, right? You know, spit it back out in the ocean. Yeah, I wouldn't want to make it down, right? I don't want to make it wrap. You can build stuff like that. It'll wrap back up and come back where it came from, right? You can take some of it. And it seems to be the thing to do if they're right about sea level rising, right? We need water, right? For a bunch of different things. And it comes to find out all that stuff was a lie. Almost everything can grow in seawater. All right. So and there's just methods for stuff. What do you mean? All the stuff we can do with stuff? Manning. This needs to be let happen, right? Well, how do we get it to let happen? Well, man, there is that, but you really think that's enough? People really need to watch. Wow. One of those things, man. One of those things. More exposure, more good things happening. Uh, tick tock, tick tock. Time running out. Oh yeah, that's going down. Trust me, I'm right there. I'm on the front lines, right? Front lines so much, I'm probably gonna have to go over there, right? I'm still around. Gotta update stuff. I see, I'm getting errors and wanting updates and errors. What do you mean? No way to get any funds, man. I don't like that, man. That's why I want to change the system, man. Should be a system, man, where you work, you get paid. Simple. There's no ownership or where you're getting married to something, right? Yeah. Hey, you do something, you get paid. End of story. No handouts, no slavery. Your own free will, you do something, you get paid, right? On your own accord. And that's the way it should be. Otherwise, it's torment because stuff happens. Why the simplest stuff? Like what? Some reason you didn't choose to. You overslept, right? You didn't go do nothing wrong. For some reason, your body wasn't waking up. Alarms going off, you know. I'm sorry, we're going to have to let you go. Or just to hear the bitching, right? Like there's something wrong with it. Well, dude, I don't control the up and shut off switch, right? Either you're up or you're not, right? Don't want to hear it. No, it's never happened when I worked at a job. Never overslept. But just an example, that's one of your fears you have when you're like, well, if I do get the job, right? Even though that's never happened ever on a job. I've always been there on time. But just knowing things that weren't jobs, right? Hey man, I need, or need to or want to be up at said stuff at time. Right? You're not, right? Well, that didn't work out, right? You know what I mean? Major appointments on something? No, I don't think so. But just like, or something, wasn't the end of the world or nothing, because it's just, you, dang, right? But you wanted to be up at a certain time and you weren't. That's crazy. Or how about some of those things you do make it, right? You do make it, right? But you're staying up for it because you'll sleep through, but you fall out for a minute. Like, oh God, it's rush. And you get her done, right? But that's just the crazy stuff about it, right? I mean, there's no reason to have people under this kind of pressure, man, right? You change the whole system, it's non-existent. Well, the way they run things, right, is pointless. Like, yeah, it's kind of like blah, 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 blah. And there's a different way of teaching, man. What do you mean? You don't like commentary? Well, there should be a different way of teaching. What do you mean? Well, granted, and that's why I should. All right, watch this. All right. We got like this book here, man. Right? Look, we got all these pages, right? All right. Not ain't very many pages, ain't a good example, but we got all these pages, right? The point being, like, say, like, you weren't here for page one. You don't know page one, right? You know what I mean? You're here for the rest of it. You need to know page one, right? Or you missed a lot of pages, whatever. Here's the thing. Well, most stuff, what do you mean? It's not the same thing you teach university, right? It's some, commentary crap example, right? That blah, 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 came up, the book we're going to have for the next 10 years or something here. We're getting new books, right? It's just a little bit different, but it's different in one way that it's actually totally different. They've just added, like, the whole thing is like they've added a couple new sections because there's a couple new things they do now, right? The rest of it's the same old crap, not the same commentary, it's still same crap. We're getting somewhere now. So basically, like I said, you can skip all the commentary crap and just get right to it, right? What does that mean? Unless some reason they miss that one day, right? They ain't gonna miss shit, right? And the whole point, unless it's crucial, which is only a dang, you really never missed anything if you weren't there, right? Yeah, we know about this. Right? Got that a million years ago, right? What do you mean? Where a community comes together, eventually it wouldn't happen never. Eventually you had money. But what? That's why I want to raise money. We make this happen right now. We can make this happen right now, right? Time September coming, y'all just get your butt watching my YouTube channel. By September come, there would be a private school that was free. You would have an option not to have to go to school. Right, not to have to go to college, and it's free, and you're not in debt. You don't owe anything, and you get that quick, man. That's how quick money can flow. There's people out there that's got the degrees, people out there know how to computer program, right? Wanting a job, right? In college, or well, it won't pay me money, right? Oh, yeah, so many teachers without jobs right nowadays. Look, boom, we can just sum this up really quick. And what's your point? Like I said, there's people, there's people out there like with money, like my family, they're dead now, but they had money, right? What are you talking about? Well, if there was an alternative, man, because I went to private schools, but like there was an alternative, but yeah, imagine that. They pay for you. Like if it's free, right? But you need a location and building and stuff. That costs money. You need someone there to supervise the kids while they watch the teacher on a video, right? They had the money to do that. Other people did too. I mean, sure, man, better place for our kids. All kids. Not just, the individual kid, I got the money to pay for my student. No, that little bit of money, right, will pay for all the kids. Get out of that public school, man. Come learn something. And what do you mean by that? Like I said, in like one day out of the week, the crap that they teach you, the kids could learn that. And the other 4 days, man, they could actually learn something. They could be taught. All right? Yeah, I mean, we can make this happen right now. And school would be way funner, man, for them, man. So, where they weren't prisoners, where they were men and women being taught in education. Oh, no, you want to be on yeah, time's running out. That's how it goes. What do you mean? And these people have so much money. You just think their area? What do you mean? Because they have jobs and own businesses and what? Hey, yeah, money's just kind of sitting there. I guess I could because they don't do anything bad. They don't party, right? Let's see here. I could take this money. All right, Frank, well, you got some more money, right? Well, we'll open up another school where kids can get an education. Right, Jesus. Here's one thing about the past, how the past worked, right? All right. Areas you think, you go, oh my God, that's really the boondocks, right? But here's the way the world was. Everything was under brush and trees. Nothing was developed, right? That was where they started, right? And they actually had, schools, and they taught them something, right? And then they went and built everything, right? And then their kids they taught them shit. They taught them nothing. Right? Why? Because the shit's already built. And then they shut all the shit down, whether good or bad, and they moved it overseas. What are you talking about? Like, what areas would you think where they would have went to, it was like the Waltons and they went in, a schoolhouse where it's all mixed and they're the one, no, they're the ones that had the schools, but they actually taught them something. And the areas that you live in, you think, well, that's the city and shit. They always said, no, that's where it came from, where they're in like the Walton, one room school shit. I know, weird, right? Oh, you mean, yes, think about it. Dude, they were really teaching these people. What do you mean they were really teaching them? Because they flocked from where they lived and came and built the shit where people, hey, they had a teacher like reading them a fucking book, right? You know what I mean? And that's the generation. That's the mix of it all, right? Come down. You want to know history? That's the history, right? And that's why you ever hear people say this. What do you mean? They came from where they knew, and God, they don't teach anybody anything, man. There is no evolution. No one's going to evolve, right? Right? No, it's going to just be what? Theory and philosophy. You know how to talk. You know how to read some conspiracy. What do you know how to do? Not a damn thing, right? Going on. What do you mean? Madman. And I know not everybody can do it, but one thing you talk about, you think, oh, hey, man, I go, jumping jack, jumping jack, jumping jack. Do you think that's helping them? What do you mean? When you raise a world of kids, you wonder how shit got built because it wasn't done like that, man. What you mean by that? The exercise was like carrying bricks and shit, man. They didn't get paid and they weren't slaves. This is how we live, man. We build shit. We get things done. You want shelter over your head. You want to go here and do this and get this and do that and blah, 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 this, right? You know? Taught how to do stuff, man. And how can you ever possibly want to, hey, man, it's all crumbling. It's all crumbling. One thing, but you can't even come to a decision, hey, man, we're going to change the system. But if you did change the system, here comes the thing. Well, how the fuck is it going to get done? Hey, don't even matter if they're paying you. Hey, man, we'll hand you money, you know, wage, right? We'll give you stuff to buy shit. You do it. Oh, no, hell, I can't, you know. What takes training? And it comes down to a sad part, yeah, that ain't going to happen for them, you know. They're not able. Right? But certain people who are not able, like, we're going to build you up, right? You know. There ain't none of that. There ain't no exercise in school. Like, jumping jack. Ready to get put all in place, right? Do stuff, right? Come on now, right? There should be real man shit, man, women shit, you know? What do you mean, for example, like what jobs you have foreigners do? Hey, man, we're going out to the orange trees today, right? You like orange juice, don't you? Right? Like orange flavored stuff, don't you? Right? You know? Well, some people do, right? You know? That? Yeah, that's what you're missing. Like the other stuff. What do you mean? Hey, look, crux is site, you know? We're building houses for people to work on. Hey, grab those boards and nails over there. Here we go. This is how you fucking do it. And you think that's bad? Where in your mind you think that's bad? What? But what's the thing? Well, hell no. What do you want? Some crazy? Well, I mean, there's people who go, yeah, my kid can do it. 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 My kid can do it, you know? But just like in a demonstration in school, it should be taught. I know you hit some schools later, you know, it's a million years later. And optional, right? This shit should not be optional, right? This should be elementary, in elementary school, taught how to fucking do these things, right? People did it for years without kids getting hurt. You got to supervise, right? And that's why you always hear these stories that what do you mean? You know, it happens at home. Well, people didn't tell them correctly. They didn't supervise, and the kid runs amok and blah, blah, bing, right? Why do kids not do certain other things? Because you put the fear in them. You got to put the fear in them, right? When you teach, right? You know? Yeah, you know? You're going to be that temptation to be an idiot, right? Now you do that. You don't really yell, man. You know, I know I was yelling. That's like kind of, I'm not yelling at the kid. I'm yelling at the people that have the kids, right? Got to be more direct. Hey, listen, this right here, if you done it this way, you're fucked. Now, if you do it this way, you're not fucked. Now, you don't want to be fucked now, do you? No. All right, so we're going to do it the non-fucked way, right? Right. You're right. That's just how simple it is. When you can get and understand shit like that. Well, I mean, see videos that thing you talk about. One of the most dangerous thing on like social media, man. It's not commentary like one person says. what one person demonstrates. Well, you get into like a table saw. You ever seen a table saw? Table saw. Well, they'll push their hand up. You do not do that. You do not do that. I don't care if it's got a shut off thing. Oh, it won't hurt you. Fuck that. Do not do that. What do you mean? Well, they make this. I don't know. Here they make a dang on the saw, right? Most people don't even use the dang, but you don't have to. What? But you don't use your hand. They make a dang where you can run the board along, right? It's a metal dang. It's got a dang. You push it. Otherwise, the other things you use like a stick. You use a piece of wood, right? And you push the dang on through, right? First, you're like guiding with your hands. You're almost at the end. Then you use a piece of fucking wood. You do not want your hand nowhere near that fucking table saw. All right, that blade. It can bite it, catch the board, pull your whole hand right into it, man. Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Lucky my hand wasn't there, man. Yeah, that should have fucking, yeah, man. And a good way of cutting the wood, man. Table saws are great. What do you mean? Better than what messing with a saw like this or going. All right, you know, you got a board, man. You're on a time schedule, right? You're getting shit done. Hey, man. Whoop. All right, it's ready, right? You do some measurements and right. You got the board there, right? Everything's all good. Turn it off before you touch anything. And it's not moving anymore. It's grab the board. That's how it's done, right? That's how you work with the table saw. Anybody else doing it different, and you will see this, right? Fuck them. You do not do it the same way, right? It doesn't matter if you're on a job and they're fucking yelling. Well, fuck you then. Go to hell. I'm keeping my hands, right? And they might make it all the way, but usually down the road you see like, what happened? Well, exactly, right? Exactly. What do you mean? You do the way the ancients taught you. What do you mean? This is how you operate a table saw. Don't listen to anybody else. Don't try to be cool. Don't try to be fast. Right? What do you mean? That's just a few seconds. So what do you mean? To let a blade quit turning? Right? And we're better off that. What do you mean? The board's going to even be better, right? Yeah, little things it can do to swiping it off there like that, man. But anyways, either or, it doesn't matter. Wow, because one thing, what do you mean? Because you can catch it. Doesn't matter if it's going to hurt you on that. What do you mean? You hurt the board. You hurt the fucking board, right? You don't want to hurt the fucking board, right? But anyways, what do you mean? Then kids should be hammering away nails in school? Fuck yeah. That's what I know they couldn't ban maybe stuff, but it's just gonna be them hammering nails and they're gonna be bending over and shit, right? Try to teach them not to smash their fingers, right? Make them a little tough, right? And then teach them the whole fucking method of how to do it. Well, I mean, that's where exercise is. What do you mean? Make them tough as hell swinging their arm like that. What do you mean? Boom! Right? Can you imagine all day what you do is fucking nail it, especially just bending them over. Just, all kind of different size nails. Like every nail must go in, right? What do you mean? You just created a war machine, man. Why do you need that? There's dangers in this world. Running things how to use anything. What do you mean dangers? You never know what's going to happen to your kids. Like, oh, it's a weak little thing. Instead of like, I'm a man and I will kill you. Right? You know? So you want to give kids an education? You goddamn right. And that'd be preschool, right? Well, free preschool too. Free fucking preschool, right? All right, kids, get your hammers and nails. That's what I mean, being on the lounge dang, right? Well, parents kind of supervise like you did that. I used to do it by myself. That's what I did all day as too, man. I hammered nails into a goddamn pallet, right? All kind of different size nails. I'd go to this bench and grab a damn all kind of different kind of nails. That's all I had. There wasn't no pocket nails. All the nails were pretty much different, right? And just go fucking hammer away. That's what I did every fucking day, right? And it didn't matter how old you were. You fuck with me. You fuck with me. I'd fucking beat the shit out of you. And from there, what do you mean from there? Yeah, that was it too. And from there, man, I was doing construction work, man. Digging holes in the yard, shoveling, whatever, fucking sawing, blah, 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 carrying, whatever you do. I was a fucking, hey, man, you part of the crew. I was putting roofs on houses, motherfucker. Right? I'm tired. I am so tired of this shit. Imagine, yeah, man, he got a man hostage in school his whole life, right? Like, God damn it, I want to be free. Fuck this shit. You didn't always have me do it the hard way. What do you mean? Well, then eventually, after bending all the nails down, it came, hey, man, you actually got to put them in. Without bending them. You bend them, bend it back up, straighten it out, try to put it in, or pull it out, put another one in. Right, but with the beating, like, you start it out, and then you're like, But the real simple version of stuff, man, when you're doing something, you go, boom! Right, and I'll just go right in. Right, but what do you lose there? You don't become a tough guy with the cajon. Right? But you know what I mean? The constant of the beating till it's right? Gets this like muscle, this punch of death, man. You know, when you hit someone, you knock them out, or oh God, yeah, you're my punching bag now. Right? Do whatever I want with you. I'll bend you over my knee. And what's one thing in the difference? What do you mean? They used to make nails tougher. What do you mean? You had a hammer like that. What do you mean? There wasn't no boom. What do you mean? Well, because it's kind of just like sharp and not. It's hard to swing. And wood used to be tougher. There's another thing. What do you mean? Oh, wooden nails being tougher, man? We don't understand all that. What you don't understand about that? We had to work even extra harder, right? Imagine they even got done faster. What do you mean? You're sitting there all day going, right? Because when you're working with wood like that and nails like that, and what was the great thing about them? It worked. Instead of like later, oh my God, it's all warped and wrinkling and the nails coming out and stuff, right? It's together. Right? It's done. Right? What do you mean, looking at nature? What do you mean? Like a time for building, man. We don't understand all that. What do you not understand? There's no reason not to learn the trade. I mean, it used to be massive. What do you mean? You know, decided to learn how to do it, and you could have did it, right? You know, like, damn, man. You seen the stuff? Yeah, they might have been. Yeah, they built something, and then it just went to hell, man. Right? But it could be all worthwhile. What do you mean? We changed the system for the better, man. Some people might say this or that, right? But you're wrong. Why? Because there's things going on around you while you're doing it, right? It's like you're hanging off a cliff and you're going to fall on a bunch of spikes, right? And you got a rope and there's just a little thread now and it's getting ready to break. But if you'd only, quit climbing down and climb up before it breaks and grab that rope and get out of there. But they won't. Why do you say that? Well, you've heard them. Those people agree with me. What do you mean? They'd love like a system change like I talk about. But why won't it happen? Because they won't even participate to make these things happen with money. Right? They're one thing they're playing against themselves. Right? Because if you make it almost totally happen, you know what I mean? Like let's go back to the book. You know what I'm gonna say. All right, we got the book. It's got so many pages, right? We did this part, all right? We did this part, right? All right? We even did this part. We're even on the last page, except with there's one backside, right? So we did all the parts with money. You think it'd be that difficult? Hey, man, let's just do the last part now because we done did everything else. We done accomplished all the other goals through money. And now just to set it straight, to set it right, to solve all the rest of the problems. Because it is, people really look at it like, here's the problem, right? All right. But you're always going to have this problem. No matter how much what you do, this problem, lock it up, kill it, whatever, you always have this problem because you have this stuff, right? But this stuff, we can make it so much better, right people working with the money, what we do with the money. And then this part, the system change where this part becomes this part, but in the most magnificent way. That's all there is to it, right? You have to make a foundation. You ain't making no foundation. Hey, man, we all like wanted it. Yeah, and what'd you do to get it? We said we wanted it. And that don't fly with people. You may not like it better. Hey, man, you just like want to talk to them about it. Right? Yeah, and I'm sure, whatever. What do you mean? We don't understand. We don't get it. What's the difference? Like what they're trying to do now? Have you watched their stuff? All right. So they say they have a bill. One day, they want to hurt everybody, right? Right? They have an act. They want to destroy America, right? And the people have any like people like, well, I'm against that. I'm getting. Well, then you look at it. Like, well, that's kind of cruel, isn't it? Yes. Especially when there isn't, well, what do you do now, right? Well, there's nothing there. Yeah. That's why you want to make a system, right, where it's there. Not like the one we have now, it's there. We don't understand that. But you have to change the system. Well, how you look at it, there has to be guarantees, there has to be freedoms, and it has to be there. And I know people go through all kinds of things, and you want people to have to go through what you have to go through. But here's the thing: even though they're able to go through what you're able to go through, no one will let them go through what you go through. So then what, right? And there's where the heartlessness comes into it. That's why you really do need to change the system where, it's like a guaranteed that there will be work. Right? No guarantee of work. Hey man, we all have to, but you have a job, dumbass. Right? Because you have a job, you want other people to be homeless, and there's no jobs going to be given to them. It doesn't even matter. That's how people. Have you ever met people? Imagine there's actually a job available, right? They got the money in the industry. They could hire another guy, right? They actually need another guy, right? Hundreds of people applying for the job, and they don't hire anybody. Why? Because you're dealing with people, right? Motherfucker thinks it's funny, right? And he couldn't help all 100, but he could help one of the 100. But he thinks it's fucking funny. And anybody would vote for something like that when there's only like, hey man, there's 10 jobs available. Example of numbers, there's 100 jobs needed, 10 jobs available. There's going to be 90 people fucking not have any money, man. Or any way to do anything. Don't you think you should change the system? No, we want the system like this. Well, you got your system then, right? Hey. I don't think people have to live like that. Live like, oh God, I hope someone please helps me and gives me a job. Oh. Yeah. I don't think people should have to go through that. And I don't like the system now either. I don't like the handout system. And I don't like the control system. I don't like, you have to be here or else bullshit. And I especially don't like that when you go, hey, man, I'm here you have to be here or else shit. Sorry, we're not giving you a position. Oh, God, you talk about fire there, man, right? You might not like something before, right? But hey, man, that's the way everybody does it, right? And they won't give that shit to you, right? You're signing up for that bullshit, right? And they're not giving it to you, and you're more than motherfucking qualified. Fuck you. And then on the other end, the things they don't. I mean, people are literally, that's why you need to change the system. That are capable of doing some things, but not like a full work shift of that kind of shit. What do you mean? But they need that amount of money. Right? That's why wages need to be more, and that's why there needs to be where people can work wherever they want, different places to do that. I can do that right now, right? Well, yeah. But anyways, what do you mean? Well, what would happen? Well, they'd end up in the hospital. Right? Why do you think they do get a handout? They're sick. Asshole. The same thing with other people. You may like I said, we need to work for people. What do you mean? Raise your wage. What do you mean? There's people who's insane. All right? But they can manage a couple hours, right? But a couple hours, the way they pay people now, they ain't going to be able to live. They can manage a couple hours working somewhere, right? But you wouldn't want them there after the other couple hours, right? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Because why are they doing that? Because they're insane. Right? And they can even tell you, I know ain't right what I did and doing this shit and doing that, right? Why'd they do it? Because they're insane. Right? You can call it whatever you want. You can bring fucking religion to it, whatever. Right? Well, we got a good couple hours out. At least time let them go. What do you mean? They're starting to chip in, right? Here they go. What the fuck? Oh, shit. Like a senile legion. Right? I've seen that movie, Legion, about the angels and things, like the grandma scene in the diner. But anyways, yeah. And just the numbers. What do you mean the numbers? Like you add up the numbers. It's just like they want to hurt. Would that change anything? Like really? The petty numbers that they're after, hey, let's end Meals on Wheels and WIC and all this stuff, and all this stuff. Petty numbers, man. It's just people want to see more people stand on the street, right? Want to see more people stand on the street. We don't have that around here. Let's make that everywhere, right? What do you mean? That's what I'm talking about. What do you mean? Everybody thinks people are on something, right? Everybody's on something, right? But how you doing? Well, they placed me here. What do you do? I do this. You know what I mean? Look at this one. What do you mean? Craziest shit ever. So what do you mean? So they want to make trains even more or less safer than they already are. They want to make airports less safer and get rid of traffic control guys, right? They want to end veteran stuff, right? They want to fire 80,000 employees that take care of veterans, right? They want to end child care, right? And preschool, right? Right. They want to make all the people that are handicapped go live in the street, right? So they can be like, instead of a system change where, hey, damn well you have a handicapped person do something, but you have to pay someone to help them. Instead of like just having someone take care of them, you have them help them working, right? In a system change, right? There's no problem. There's no problem. What do you mean, right? Because it's happening anyway. What do you mean? Where would you solve anything? And look what's happening. Here's the difference where it's totally BS, where you're buying this shit. So many buildings are fucking empty. Oh God, so many buildings are empty. And here's the saddest part of all. What happens when someone doesn't pay their taxes? The government takes it, huh? You didn't give us money, so all this money you've ever spent, all the taxes you've ever paid, all the money you spent to build that day, it's now ours. We own that. We can sell it, do whatever we want with it, right? Watch that. Okay, so there's all these empty places, right? And a lot of it, whatever they did with it, right? Sold it off or whatever, right? And all right, all this food, so much land where we used to grow food not being grown. So there's always food being made. You see video after video, people just throw it in the trash, right? So food being thrown in the trash, but yet you don't want to go, hey, you can have some of that food, okay? Here, you get some of that food, right? But no, right? We want to throw more food in the trash, right? We want to throw food in the trash and really make it count, right? Right? That's what they're doing, right? And and then they just want to make a bunch of people homeless, man. What's so great about your system change? Where people have problems with stuff, right? You have a problem with people being druggies, right? What do? You end money. No one can buy drugs anymore. Solve that problem, right? No more corrupt, no more thievery. Why? If you can work anytime you want and wherever you want, work always available 24/7. Well, I need some money. People can do things, right? It's just that simple. That's why you work. You get paid to get an education. Now they can't do much. Well, you taught them how to be educated, right? You locked them up for 13 years, 12 to 13 years in a school, right? One thing they could do is watch a video that's education, right? And get paid for it. And that's what you taught them how to do. And that's the sad part. That's how most people make money. And I know that's where a scam could go in, but we could have a test. They get to read it where they try to get the answers or whatever. It doesn't matter. But here's the thing. Most people are honest. What do you mean? It happens in school nowadays anyways. People are cheating or whatever, man. Anyways. What are you paying them to do? What you taught them to do? You didn't teach them how to do anything, and you didn't offer them anything. You're like, get a job, but you won't give them a job. What do they know how to do? Well, they know how to do schoolwork. They know how to be educated, right? Educate them with something else and pay them for it. Right? I don't know what to tell you. When you do something, you don't prepare people for life, and you don't make opportunity. You don't make a system for opportunity. You just want to say blah, 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 blah. You create a system that allows that. You cannot stop that with, hey, we'll take you away. It doesn't work. The only way to ever end that, man, to end the thievery and end the drugs, is not to have money. It's in the Bible. For the love of money is the root of all evil. And what do you want money? Because I want to end money. And that's not the root of all evil, right? I want to change the world. So I'm wanting to change the world. I'm not wanting to have money. I want money to end. And I want to say more. To have money is bad. It's not a hypocritical stance. We live in a world with money. I would love to end money. But since that's not happening and good things ain't happening, so we might as well, we're taking their money. That's the greatest part, the rich people's money. If you watch this channel, right, we get their money, not your money. That's the whole thing. That's what they've always did to the poor man, right? Hey, give us your money. We'll make a difference, right? Really? So they get upset. What do you mean that what do you mean what they have done? And I'm not praising them at all. Where there is less crime, right? Where there's less people starving, right? And less of you seeing people on the street going, all right? Because so they say, it's way beyond what your tax dollars pay, like about not even $2 trillion a year. You're in debt at over 30 something. And if you looked at it, right, and it ain't because of all that crap, right? And look what they're going to do. Not much. But anyways, what do you mean? So yeah, this is a violent day. What do you mean? I don't know. Sound like Germany stuff, man. I don't know. I came up with movie ideas, what people don't know. Talked about before, might as well get it out there. Here we're going into movie ideas. All right, because how there's all these preppers, right? They're on their farmstead. They got their cameras. They got their walkie-talkies. They're all in it together if anybody to come on their shit, right? But what they don't know about geeks and nerds, right? Drones. We don't have to get military with it, right? They get operated where it kind of is military add-ons, right? Another thing is little devices, right? Because they're going to be looking for suspicious characters in their neighborhood, right? Oh no, like you don't know. Here comes the gas man, right? Gasoline puts gasoline in the ground, and in that ground there's these little things, right? And they're computer operated, right? And they're bombs, right? You're sitting there, you're filling up, your gas tank in your car, your pickup truck. And at any given time, at their command, they push a button, take you out. Right? Yeah, explosives can be big like that, little dings. What do you mean? Any given time, they can throw a drone over you, right? Drop one of those on you. Boom. Right? Have a little like bug come out to sting you with some poison, right? Got them, right? Nerds, right? Geeks. What do you mean? People you wouldn't think of, right? You know how they didn't go in a gun store, man. They got creative, right? Real warfare, man. What do you mean? And you're just the slave to them, man. Thanks for stockpiling all that food, chump. Right? Right? Really what it comes down to, right? Wow, right? And moreover, where it gets sicker. What do you mean? Besides a dang like giving you some kind of disease or kill you, one thing it's very preferable nowadays. What do they have? Stuff that'll just make your ass go to sleep. And like while these people work, just imagine where do they work? They work in the hospitals. They even got the shit in the hospital. Go out, right? So they got that in their little flying little bug thing, right? Oh, yeah, that thing got me, right? Well, they make their little flying syringe things, man. Well, it takes a little bit, and they just know how to do all kinds of different things. But anyway, it's kind of like that. And get you while you're sleeping, all kinds of different things. What do you mean? Little wormy dang, right? But anyways, what are you saying there? Well, it's going to be a weird world. Imagine that. Hey, they can sell you off as slaves or sell you off as food, right? You know what I mean? And get your stockpile. Well, you ain't going to be doing nothing. You're out, right? You know what I mean? What do you mean? Hey, when people are smart, man, it's just like you just don't understand, right? What do you mean? Same thing with any military equipment. What do you mean by that? Oh, motherfuckers with their little remote control bugs, man, that fucking cause havoc. What do you mean? They go land on a plane, right? A jet, right? It's just over, right? Well, I mean, same thing. Like when the cop picked up and it's like fly in, right? Right? Like what the fuck, dude? Major warfare, son. You don't want to fuck with the geeks, right? You don't want to fuck with the geeks. You don't want to fuck with the geeks now, do you? That's what they're not understanding, right? Oh, look at all the dang if you're like most. What you mean? Yeah, man. Imagine they're not going to kill you right away. That's going to put you to sleep. I don't understand. Yeah, well. Moreover, things are going down. It seems so inhuman. What are they, right? Probably robots are just bad. But imagine people go, hey, we want that. Wait, what do you want? You want grandma to work till she's fucking 70, right? You want people to fought and died for this country not to have health care. And then the other thing, you want people to have jobs, but you want to take all the jobs away. So therefore, there's the other part. You're taking, and you want people to get jobs, so you don't want to be like helping them out or anything, but there's going to be people without jobs. So like everybody's going to be fighting to get a job. Okay? And there's ain't enough jobs to fill all the wants. Jesus, man. It's just like chaos, man. You know what they'll do that. Yeah, that's what you would. System change, man. We're not gonna have a profit tax system anymore, man. You can work whenever you want to work. People could do that. You work, you get paid. Not, hey, you have to go apply somewhere. Someone's going to fucking hire you. How many times have you been somewhere? Just like the other night, I was somewhere. There was something I could have fucking done, started making money, right? But the world don't work like that. Imagine the world did work like that, and you couldn't make it work like that. Shit needed done. I did it. I got paid. Right? Not that I became someone's bitch or wasn't allowed to become someone's bitch. Or, hey, fuck, I got the paddy wagon putting handcuffs on me and taking me away to jail or a mental institution because I worked somewhere. Something's so fucking wrong here, man. That's why people should get paid more and they should be able to work where other way. And it's common sense. Is work need done there? Right? Everywhere you little around. And like I said, you can get paid to get an education. You know, talk to people. People sound off. Need work done over here. Can't do it, right? They can't do it on their own, right? You know, all right? Jesus. You know, people don't need to be denied work and made homeless because, you know, I can't work at this second because I'm in fucking pain. You know, maybe tomorrow in like an hour or so, I'll be able to go back at it, right? I'm in physically fucking pain and I'm fucking dying. So what do you want out of that? You want me to have to go like stand on the street? Right? What the fuck is wrong with you fucking people, man? What do you mean? You're tired? You're tired of it? I'm tired of it, man. Need a system change. All right. What do you mean? Well, people need to watch my YouTube just for it to make money, right? You know, it doesn't matter if it's good entertainment or not. It'll generate money. There's the point. Trying to get money. You know? Got other things to do. Might as well just like play a video while you're taking a shower or taking a shit or, you know, playing a game or working or whatever. There's the biggest thing, working. While you're at work, man, like fucking, you know, people always picking up their cell phone, play another video on mute, you know, or setting it down, right? You know, whatever you fucking doing, right? What do you mean? A way to generate money, man. You should get everybody on board, right? We'll see. It ain't gonna hurt you none, right? Some video being played or playlist on fucking mute, right? Generating money, you know. You're doing your fucking thing. Let's see what fucking, you know, you call me now. Let's see what fat boy can do, right? Right? Let's see what he can do with a bunch of money, right? And it ain't out of your pocket. Let's see what fat boy can do with their money. How beautiful is that, right? You know, you still got your money in your goddamn pocket, right? And you can take money from them. These people, you're always what you want to take money from people that need money, right? Because you think they took your money, right? But who took your money? Who makes this, right? The rich assholes, right? How about you take their money and do some shit with it? And you can do that's the beauty of YouTube. The days people on you don't have to really watch. You know, it's like they're watching. You're using your nail gun, right? It's such a beautiful idea, you know. What do you mean? And others can start on this, right? And let's get me going. What do you mean? Other people have ideas. Like I said, you want things done. Where are we going to get the revenue? If the community just comes together, hey, man, all we got to do is make playlists. Hit the playlist and do what we do, and money will just start flowing in, right? Spread the word, right? You know, instead of making stars, you know what I mean? Hey, look, because everybody's like my fan. Like, look, oh, shit, I like that now, right? Instead of like, you know, making the world a better place. You know what I mean? Yeah, more than an idea, it's a way of life, right? Because everybody, well, how do we get the money? This is how we get the money. Let's start with me. Because I got big ideas, man, right? You know? But then, like I said, why do you think they like have a government? I consider it like the government. And it just keeps on dwindling down because the government has all kinds of employees, right? You know what I mean? So there's all kinds of like different YouTubes, right? Right. But their agenda, you know, people have to take care of themselves, but their agenda is not to be, you know, it's like, you know, hey, you got to take care of yourself. That's about it. Right. You know what I mean? Their agenda is not to be a star. Their agenda is to take that money and, you know, provide jobs and come up with ideas, which provides jobs that generates way more revenue than watching the YouTube, right? So they can do more stuff, you know, in the communities and shit, right? And then other people might have like more, you know, what they call it, nonprofit or charity thing. But I like the thing where, you know, in the, like I said, I want a system change. But if we're going to work in this system, I don't mind taxes being paid, because there's one thing, you're cutting off something, right? You know, or, you know, I mean, hey, more taxes, like, what are we about? We're putting the taxes in there, right? All right. Right, small thing to the day. What do you mean? What helps them? Because you want revenue to go through, but where you can make things cheaper if you're sole provider. Yeah, that's the whole thing. You ain't getting investors. You ain't having people buy into it, right? You know, so we got to make. If I'm gonna make it, we're gonna make. You know what I mean? So there is where you get the lower shit from people, man. Right there. But like, but like I said, look what they're aiming at, because they know I came up with a big idea, right? Look, I knew it was coming, right? I guess they want to lower funding for school. Oh, I think that's it. Yeah, that's just them. Ain't that much. They don't give out much money anyways. Fuck them. But anyways, you pay 50%. I think it's actually 51% of your taxes go to school dollars. So in this system we have now, this is my target goal, right? I want to start a private school, man. An online private school that's free. Right? And I want to do the greatest things with it, but just for example, how cheap it could be just to start. Well, you pay some teacher to make a video, right? There it is. There's the classroom for the whole world. Hey, it's a teacher teaching you the crap they teach you. All right. You know, of course, at the end of the year, there's going to be a test given by them, right? You watch the video, right? You know, the videos, right? Went to school. Right. And I just want to make them awesome, you know, animated shit. Just really video games to go along with it, right? They finally have a building structure, right? But anyways, just that if people didn't send their kids to school no more, they could sit there and say legitimately, you can't take 50% of our taxes no more. There is no school. Our kids are in free private school. Yeah, I don't like this system at all, but I could rock it down. Everybody always wants a tax cut. Imagine getting half the taxes back, right? Nobody else ever did that for you. And it's about time. What do you mean? All the bad things that happen in there would be a lot safer if they wouldn't have to attend that, and a lot more safer. They don't have to be around kids. They don't want to have to be around. They don't have to be. And that's where y'all have to work with that. But eventually, more money. Hey, man, I make that app. Money coming in, we can make structures. But you know what I mean? Having that freedom. The system change. I wouldn't have no mandatory nothing. They have that mandatory that they must know the education. Well, let's teach it to them, different way. You know, like Deborah. You know, hey man, yeah, they don't come over my house today, right? And I know that ain't every kid in the school, but a flock, right? You know what I mean? It's what people do. Flock. Do you not flock around? Same thing, like hey, where kids, they hang out with each other, right? Well, I guess well, you're not doing anything today, right? You can sit there, and what would make them the video games, man? What would make them learn to really pass it and get an A and better grade there? I want to make video games, right? It goes along with the subject, man. I want to make educational video games, but imagine it matches the book. Like we make a video game to parallel the book. So it doesn't matter if they're still in public school. We're going to make them start getting grades. And that's why people would say, well, shit, man, we really don't need to send them there. We got the video games, right? we'll figure something else out. And that's where other people having YouTubes comes in. Like if you want, or people just having money of their own, right? But where more, hey man, everybody watch this YouTube channel. You know, we're going to build a building. We're going to build a school, right? You know, we're going to build our private school where they can go over here now so we don't have to pay taxes to them and have them have control, right? And like I said, people have different agendas. There's the thing. What do you mean? People have different ideas what they want for their kids, right? I don't want my kids being around that, right? But you want your same different. It don't make you better than them or you better than them. Hey man, I want my kid. You know what I mean? It's like different. You know, people with YouTube, you know, and you actually want to physical strength because you want them to have the education. I imagine some people don't want them to have education. There's another thing. Like, hey, I want my kid to know how to hammer nails and saw wood and do all this different crazy stuff that men do and women do. And you're like, I just that kid here did like that, right? Well, you might need a different place, right? You know, it's called private. I don't know why people are so afraid of private, right? Private, right? Where it don't have nothing to do with the government. It has to do with individuals, right? And how's it bothering you? How's it bother you? Because there is private schools. Like, hey, they all go over there. They all go over there. They all go over there. They learn that. They learn that. Same name of clubs, right? Everybody, oh my God, look at that club. They worship the devil. Oh God, right? You know, right? You know, like, what do you mean? What the fuck do you worship? You ever read the Bible? You know, the commandments God gave a guy. He had his God, same thing that you heard of what's it called? Abraham died, right? Told him to kill his son, right? He did the same thing with another guy, told him to kill his daughter, and he had him kill his own daughter. Who the fuck you worship? Oh my God, they're worshiping Satan. What the fuck do you want? All right, so I want to change the system. He wants to change the system. I want to change the system, and but anyways, in the meantime, what do you mean? What people do? What we do? We make money. We make money, right? So I would like to make some money. The starters, like make an app, right? Which should cost a lot of money, right? But I tell you one thing, we could definitely get going, right? And it's still an app, right? But I know it'd be simpler than that damn app. Hey, man, free private school, man. Something that rips families' lives apart and treats people awful for like 13 years of their life, man. And a lot of them, before it's over, man, they end up in juvenile hall, man, or foster care, right? Some kind of building, some kind of facility, you know, ripped from home, right? So could combat that, right? Can combat that. We could combat that, right? Oh, you make the video games, make that app I talk about. What do you mean? I don't know. There's just lots of people making video games out there, man. We get some revenue going, about the same lines as the school. What do you mean? The app. What are you talking about the app? I can make a jukey version, but I want it to be really good. But just be about as cheap too, I guess, right? But yeah, just do them all. Well, they're all going to make big money. I'll be able to do real big things, right? Big money. Oh, fuck yeah. People buying the video games, right? You know, buying the, video game system. I want it to even work off the phone. You know, you can do this, but you imagine a remote that goes to your phone, all right? All right. Same thing with the app. I want it to be on the app, work with the app. Nah, what do you mean charge for the app? That's one thing. Hey, people, like, yeah, TikTok may be free, but it's not like this app. Hey, it's an app you'd want to pay for. It ain't like, hey, it's like TikTok, but you got to pay for it. That seems lame, right? And it's nothing like TikTok, but it's got all the aspects that you like about TikTok, but to like, you know, holy mackerel. And the things that happen with it. It ain't about making somebody. I don't know why would you want to make somebody rich? I want to buy this guy more airplanes. The money's being made to what? And where you can get a lot of people on there, man, on that just that concept, right? But the other thing is what draws them. Mommy, you gotta have $10 to play the great app. All right, you know, be on the great app. But yeah. Wow, what do you mean? No money being I mean, like there's gonna be factories, stuff being made right, you know, there's gonna be better restaurants. Like I said, I want to make restaurants where you could save money, right? They save your money for you. Give it back to you at Christmas time. You have money to buy some presents, right?